All right, today I want to quickly dive into a topic that comes up from time to time, which is how do I handle open contours or what we call other objects in IGEMS. So if I come over here to my screen, I've got a simple sheet metal part that I've drawn up and a few open contours in it. Maybe I want to slit cut or etch a bend line or a part number in this part. So to get started, I'm going to come over to my CAM tool. We're going to create a part just like normal. Let's select everything here. And you'll notice in my Create Part dialog, by default, IGEMS only picks up that external closed contour. Now, normally this is a good thing. If we've got a lot of open contours or dirty CAD data or maybe dimensions in our drawing, we automatically want IGEMS to dump those out so it doesn't clutter up our programming environment and recognizes as geometries that we might want to attach a toolpath to. But in this case, we do. So I'm going to click this Other Objects button. Just grab everything again, and you'll see my Create Part dialog pulls in those open contours as valid geometries now. So let's click OK. Now, let's say you're cruising along and you forgot to do that. We'll step through that again as I create my part, hit Enter. I forget to select the other objects, and I just hit OK. And I realize later on that I can't attach a toolpath to those parts. Not a big deal. I can come back over to my part tools here, expand this down, add other objects. I can just grab everything again, hit enter, grab the part that I want to attach them to, hit enter, and then now that automatically recognizes those geometries and attaches them to that specific part. So let's jump into programming here. For my external contour, I'm going to use my normal contour tool. Let's do a single part, hit enter, and you'll see now I've got a nice little lead in and an external toolpath here shown in red that's offset or compensated by my tool radius automatically. Now for these internal geometries, there's three primary tools that I can use: the marking tool, the quick tool, and then the slit tool. So let's start with quick. So I open up this quick tool. It's going to work just like my contour command. I have a bunch of lead-ins and lead-outs that I can choose. If I click my little pencil or edit button here, I can dive into editing, lengths and strategies here, just like I would any normal contour. Important things is I want to have this connected to the part and be compensated. So let's click OK. It's going to ask me to specify my start position. So let's grab the end of this line. Specify my end position. Let's grab the other end. And then now as I hover my mouse back and forth, it's allowing me to choose to either compensate that tool right or tool left. So let's just grab tool left. So here we have a rapid line, an air start lead-in as I had defined, and then a tool path, which is compensated by the radius of my tool that follows that geometry that I have drawn on screen. So it's going to work, like I said, just like a contour cut. Next, we have the slit cut. The slit cut menu is a lot simpler because there is no tool cutter compensation and there is no lead or lead out options. So if I select single, I grab my start point, you'll notice I get a rapid movement here. The water jet is going to turn on and pierce at the beginning of that geometry, and then it's just going to drive straight down and turn off, performing a slit cut that is tool on directly on there. So again, that's great for putting a narrow slit that you want to be either exactly 30 thousandths of an inch or 40 thousandths of an inch or whatever your tool diameter happens to be. The third tool is the marking tool, and that is going to work functionally just like the slit tool. So in this case, I'm going to do a multi-select. Let's grab this entire character string and hit enter. You'll see here that I have rapid movements, and it's going to be a tool on geometry, with the primary difference being that the marking tool is going to default to my marking parameters that I've set up in either my machine or my material database. And usually that means cutting at either a reduced pressure or eliminating the abrasive flow rate so that I don't cut all the way through my material and I'm just doing a light etch. The last thing that I really recommend doing whenever you're working with a lot of interior contours is always come back and edit or modify or look at your cut list. So if I go to my edit toolpaths, let's select number 1, and I just want to take a quick glance through my cut order. And in this case, I'm cutting my external profile before I do any of my marking or etching. So let's move that to the bottom. And now I'm going to do my 2 quick slit cuts. I'm going to do all of my marking geometry for my part number, and then the very last toolpath is going to be my external contour to cut the part free. So hopefully that helps. Have you tried this feature before? Let us know in the comments. If you have any other questions about this or maybe previous versions of IGEMS that might look a little bit different, drop us a comment below, hit up our support channel on our website, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you found this useful and you want to stay up to date on programming tips and tricks. All right, thanks.